right. So there was a post this morning on Facebook. It was very sexist, and I spoke out. When you type something sexist about women, you can get Facebook banned for that. You get in all sorts of trouble for that. But it's okay for a woman to be sexist. Sorry, but that's sexist. If it's not okay for a man, it's not okay for you. If it's not okay for a woman, it's not okay for you. Wrong is wrong, no matter what genitalia you have. And I got an attorney. His name is Stephen Elmshauer, I think. Let's see if I can find a letter from him that has his phone number on it. Stephen E. Elmshauer. Now, by the way, I get to hear, because I commented about how that post was sexist, I got to hear from a whole bunch of people about how you can't be racist against the white people. That statement there is racist. I also hear about how you can't be sexist against a man. Like fucking hell you can. I can see it blatantly with my own two eyes, and you think it's funny. It's hilarious because it's against a white man. White men aren't allowed to have rights. White men all have two vehicles and a four-car garage and $1 million loan from their daddy, don't they? That's what all white males get, isn't it? Fucking moron. Shit, no, I didn't get $1 million loan from my goddamn daddy. Fucking stupid bitches. Well, let's call this attorney here. Let's call. Hey, Pam.
Thank you for calling the law office of Steve Elmshauer. Please leave a message and someone will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hey, Steve, it's Sean Schwartz. You're supposed to be my attorney. You were my attorney in 2018, I believe. This is all a continuance of that situation in 2018, which was all a continuation of a situation that happened in 2017. And I would like to be able to speak with you about that for a few minutes if you can make the time. As soon as possible, please. Thank you. Bye. Now I see these different groups. Each one of them only cares about their own group. These black rights groups only care about black rights. These women's rights groups only care about women's rights. These immigrants' rights groups only care about immigrants' rights. These LGBT groups only care about LGBT rights. Meanwhile, I stick up for all of their rights, but not just theirs. These are my rights too. I stick up for missing and murdered Indigenous people because those are my rights too. If I allow them to do it to just one person without speaking up, then I have done wrong. If I allow them to beat just one black child without speaking up, then I have done wrong. If I allow them to rape one woman without speaking up, then I have done wrong. I didn't like it when those things happened to me. I didn't like being beaten up for the color of my skin as a kid. I didn't like being raped as a kid, and I have been speaking out ever since I was a kid. Diane Sawyer, she's got this special that she made about how over-medicated children are in the foster care system. She didn't make that until over a decade after I had gone through it, after I'd already been speaking out about that for over a decade, is when she finally came out with that. When I told on the officers in Boulder, Colorado who assaulted me, Waylon Lolatai, Waylon Lolatai got away with it. He got away with it before he was ever hired on at Boulder. He assaulted a man in Denver, Colorado, in the jail, an unarmed man. Officer Waylon Lolatai straight up assaulted him, and instead of going to prison for assault, he was hired on by a different department. He was hired on by Boulder Police Department, where he assaulted me and then 6 more people after me. But the news didn't care, did they? No, they'd already slandered my name. They weren't going to admit that they fucked up. And I don't have the money to take them to court, so it must be okay, right? See, here's the thing. Everything that I have going on right now, as far as my legal issues, every single teeny tiny piece of it came from 3 situations. The situation with Natalie and her family and the evil shit that they did. The situation with Officer Waylon Lolatai and the evil shit that he did. And then there's Clearview and the evil shit that they did. I have already proven, and so has the news, time and again, that I was telling the truth about these officers, about the Bollinger family, and about Clearview. Clearview is being closed down for literally killing a man, doing what it is that you guys told me I was a liar for saying that they did. I say, hey, they're doing this to human beings. And you say, oh, no, they're not. They're not. They're a medical facility. They would never do that. 5 months later, they literally killed Tybor Hatay. Literally killed him, doing exactly what it is that you guys called me a liar for speaking out about. And the news picked that story up too, but they ignored me yet again. You're right, Pam, it is disgusting that nothing is being done. Everyone is a human being, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your gender. You are a human being, and to pretend like it only happens to your group or like it doesn't happen to another group. Oh, he's white, he must be rich. Bad things don't happen to rich white people. There's over 100 million white males living under the poverty line in the United States of America right now. Out of 360 million Americans, I want you to try to put that in perspective a little bit. You want to blame all white people for Donald Trump? You want to blame all white people? White people aren't making you go along with this. Nobody is making you go along with this. If you don't care about homeless rights or foster kids' rights, Those are the two number one on my list. If you're not willing to fight for foster children's rights and you're not willing to fight for homeless people's rights, you don't deserve them. And I'll tell you why. Because there are people in your group who are foster children. There are black people who are foster children. There are females who are foster children. There are immigrants who are foster children. There are white people who are foster children. There are people from the LGBT community who are foster children. There are Native Americans who are foster children. And you know what? The same thing with the homeless. Homelessness doesn't care what your skin color is, what your religion is. A lot of people actually harmed me, but I was never allowed to show evidence. I had to go back to my predators to try to get help because my family didn't care. Of course, I'm the only one in my family who's not a child molester or a fucking drug dealer. My grandma wasn't. She wasn't a drug dealer or a child molester, but she fucking died. Fuck the police.